In our sky hangs a mystery too vast to ignore. A planet wrapped in golden rings, swallowed by storms, and echoing with questions no one dares to answer. We call it Saturn. For centuries it's been admired from afar, a marvel of beauty, gravity, and scale. But what if its elegance hides a deeper truth, a forgotten story, a warning, a monument? Tonight, we journey to the edge of science and stand at the doorstep of speculation. As we ask, what really lies beneath the rings of Saturn? Welcome to the Saturn Anomaly, echoes from a lost civilization. Saturn's North Pole hides a secret, a swirling, never-ending storm, a six-sided beast shaped with mathematical precision. It's called the hexagon, over 29,000 kilometers wide, larger than two Earths laid side by side. A hurricane with walls as straight as rulers. Winds that howl at over 300 kilometers per hour. It was first spotted by Voyager in 1981, and later confirmed by Cassini's infrared cameras. Scientists assumed it was temporary, a trick of weather, a fleeting coincidence. But decades passed, and the hexagon never changed. Same shape, same spin, same eerie stillness at its center. On a planet where everything churns chaotically, this storm holds perfect symmetry. How? Some researchers believe it's just fluid dynamics, deep rotating gases organizing into geometric flow. Others simulate it in labs using spin-in tanks. Hexagons sometimes form, but they wobble, they dissolve, they don't last 40 years. Not like this one. Could Saturn's hexagon be more than a storm? Could it be controlled? A remnant of planetary scale engineering? A broadcast pattern embedded in the clouds? That brings us to something stranger still. The signals. In 2004, NASA's Cassini spacecraft entered Saturn's orbit. On board was a sensitive instrument, the Radio and Plasma Wave Science Detector, RPWS for short. Its job, to listen. And listen it did. Cassini recorded chirps, whistles, strange bursts of sound, all across Saturn's electromagnetic field. Most of it was explainable. Lightning, dust, charged particles dancing in magnetic storms. But some signals repeated, like rhythm, like code, not random, structured, echoing from the rings, then shifting, returning again. NASA's official position? Plasma oscillations. Natural, though complex, but off the record. SETI researchers flagged the patterns, called them artifacts of unknown intelligence. They never released the raw data, only compressed graphs. One scientist speaking anonymously said, "It's like something's broadcasting through the rings, but not to us, not anymore." Imagine it, a planetary antenna, using dust, ice, and magnetism to transmit across time. Or perhaps across memory. Could Saturn's rings be more than celestial debris? Could they be records? Data, remains? We don't know. But the evidence gets stranger where we look at Saturn's moons, especially one that looks carved. Iapetus. A world of contradictions. Half white, half dark. A yin and yang moon. But that's not its strangest feature. Along its equator runs a mountain range. But not just any range. A wall, 20 kilometers tall. Over 1,300 kilometers long, a ridge that splits the moon in two. No other moon has anything like it. It's as if someone scored the surface. With a blade. Theories? Maybe Iapetus had rings that collapsed. Maybe an impact formed it. Maybe it froze while spinning. But the alignment is perfect. The structure symmetrical. Too exact. Even scientists admit. It doesn't look natural. Arthur C. Clarke once joked that Iapetus resembled an alien base. a monolith maker's calling card. That was science fiction. But the radar data, some scans suggest hollow regions beneath the ridge. Chambers. Voids. One proposal even requested to drill. It was denied. Twice. Are we afraid of what we might find? If Iapetus holds an artifact, what else might Saturn's moons be hiding? One, in particular, draws growing interest. Because it's not just strange, it's alive, chemically speaking. Let's visit Titan. Titan is Saturn's largest moon, bigger than Mercury, wrapped in haze, its surface hidden from view, until Cassini arrived and dropped a probe. What we saw changed everything. Rivers, lakes, seas, not of water, but methane rain, methane clouds, a liquid world colder than Antarctica, yet eerily familiar. Its surface behaves like Earth, flowing, eroding, reflecting sunlight. And underneath, possibly an ocean of water, heated by tidal forces. Could life emerge there? Some think yes, but others ask, has life already been there? In 2023, a European balloon mission over Titan returned unusual results. Not yet public, but insiders say the topography revealed patterns, not natural ones. Grids, hexagonal tiling, regularity beneath the smog. Terraforming or architecture? Some fringe researchers believe Titan was once habitable, not by humans, but by something far older, a civilization that existed before Earth had multicellular life. Still sounds too strange? Then listen closely to the stories we've already told. Ancient Sumerians looked up and saw Saturn, and they named it the sun before the sun. A golden god, a ruler of time, a celestial king who fell from power. They weren't alone. Babylonian astronomers linked Saturn to Kronos, the devourer of his children, the god who swallowed time itself. The Greeks feared him, the Romans worshipped him. Why such reverence for a pale dot in the sky? Some believe these myths record a memory of a time when Saturn loomed larger, not just in myth, but in the sky. A theory known as the Saturn polar configuration suggests that, long ago, Saturn was a central sun in Earth's sky, not in orbit, but aligned vertically in a cosmic stack, planets orbiting within a plasma sheath, discharging energy, causing visual phenomena. To ancient people, it appeared as a radiant disk, surrounded by rings of fire, flashes of light, thunder in the heavens. Over time, this alignment collapsed, the solar system restructured, and Saturn fell from the center. Was this myth or memory? Some researchers now ask, were these stories echoes of a time when intelligent life thrived around Saturn? If so, what happened to them? But what if the answers aren't out there? What if they're buried in time? Not millions of years, billions. Our planet is 4.5 billion years old. So is Saturn. And in those deep stretches of time, civilizations could rise and fall, and rise again, and still leave no trace. We think of intelligent life as recent, as something rare. Maybe we're wrong. Earth has been wiped clean before, by volcanoes, by impacts, by deep time extinctions that left nothing standing. If it happened here, could it have happened on Titan, on Iapetus? Could a civilization, born among Saturn's moons, have flourished before the first dinosaur ever walked Earth? The idea isn't just fantasy. It's part of a real scientific framework. It's called the Silurian hypothesis. Put forward by NASA scientists, it asks a chilling question. If an intelligent industrial civilization had existed here or anywhere in our solar system millions of years ago, will we even know? Will its buildings survive erosion? Would its metal survive oxidation? Would anything survive tectonic churn, radiation, or comet strikes? Or would it vanish, leaving only strange readings in rock layers, traces of isotopes, or, perhaps, the unexplained anomalies on Saturn's moons? They concluded that yes, such a civilization could have existed. And no, we probably wouldn't be able to tell, unless we looked in the right place. And Saturn might be that place. There are ancient patterns in the data, not proof, but whispers, rings that hum with rhythm, hexagon that spins like a machine, a moon with a wall circling its equator, a storm with perfect geometry, and mythology that speaks of a golden god, a sun before the sun. What kind of civilization would exist that far out? One adapted to darkness, one that sees in fields, not photons, one fluent in electromagnetism, in plasma, in magnetic flux, not human, not carbon-based, maybe not even biological, but real, maybe long gone, or maybe still watching. We've sent probes, taken photographs, measured particles, mapped surfaces, but we've never truly asked the question out loud. Not in public, not in textbooks, not on the mission reports. We've been afraid to wonder, what if we're not the first? Not just in the galaxy, but in this solar system? Right here, between Mars and Neptune. Saturn could be a memorial, a monument, a record keeper, or a tomb. In 2017, we came closer to an answer than ever before. Cassini had spent 13 years orbiting Saturn, studying its storms, its rings, its moons. It changed everything we knew about the outer planets. But in the end, Cassini had to die. NASA made the decision to crash it intentionally into Saturn's atmosphere to avoid contaminating Titan or Enceladus with Earth microbes. As it descended, Cassini kept recording, even as the pressure built, even as it entered the upper haze. It measured temperature, composition, electromagnetic radiation. It took its final breath. But just before the signal was lost, Cassini sent back something strange. A spike, a sudden burst of electromagnetic noise, a frequency pattern that didn't match what it had seen in over a decade. It lasted less than a second. Then, silence. NASA explained it as interference, static, a glitch as the spacecraft disintegrated. But among a few mission scientists, a rumor spread that the signal wasn't static, that it looked designed, as if, in its final moment, Cassini triggered something we weren't meant to hear. We'll never know, because Cassini is gone, its data archived, its tapes silent. But another mission is coming. In 2028, NASA will launch Dragonfly. Not a satellite, not a rover, a rotorcraft, a nuclear-powered drone. It will arrive at Titan in 2034. And unlike anything before it, Dragonfly will fly. It will soar through Titan's thick atmosphere. Hop from location to location. Explore the chemical playground of its frozen world. Titan has lakes of methane, ice crusts, an ocean of water beneath, a complex atmosphere filled with organics, carbon chains, nitrogen, hydrogen, conditions that could mimic the early Earth. But Dragonfly isn't just a chemistry set. It's a scout, a seeker, a listener. It will search for biosignatures. Look for amino acids, nucleotides, molecular patterns. It will listen for radio waves, feel for seismic vibrations, smell the air for unnatural gases, and it will explore Selk Crater, where ancient impacts may have mixed heat, liquid water, and organics. Some scientists believe this site could hold evidence of life. Others think it could be the remains of something else. Maybe a crash site, maybe ruins, or maybe nothing. But if there was ever a place where something once lived, Titan is that place. Will Dragonfly find something? Or will it return silence like all the rest? We won't know. Until 2034. Until then, we wait. And while we wait, Saturn continues to turn. Its rings keep spinning. Its hexagon keeps rotating. Its moons keep orbiting. Unchanging. Unbothered. But never unwatching. Saturn doesn't shout. It whispers. It hums in magnetic tones. It echoes in the silence of vacuum. It speaks in the language of pattern and field. And if we've learned anything, it's that the universe is not quiet. It's not empty. It's full of memory. Written in cloud bands, etched into methane seas, preserved in ancient orbit. Saturn might be a grave, or a monument, or a message left behind. We can choose to ignore it, to dismiss the clues, to laugh at the mysteries, or we can listen. With better instruments, with clearer eyes, with minds open to possibility. Because if civilizations have come before us, their greatest lesson might be simple. Don't stop looking. Don't stop asking. And above all, don't forget. Saturn remembers. Do we?